Chapter 5. Oh no, I've run into a female pervert. Lin Luo-chen watched as Leng Yueshuang's eyes quickly regained clarity before extending his hand. Where's my payment? Leng Yueshuang obediently took out a pile of spirit stones, talismans, and disposable magical treasures, placing them on the ground with a nervous expression. Is this enough? This guy is a cultivator, but his cultivation is so weak. He must be a descendant of some rogue cultivator, living in these mountains to hunt and train. Lin Luo-chen frowned. Your life is only worth this much. Panicked, Leng Yueshuang hurriedly pulled out more treasures, nearly emptying her storage ring. Young master, the Jade Maiden sex techniques cannot be shared, and I still need some resources to deal with my pursuers. Though he had successfully swindled her, Lin Luo-chen couldn't help but feel exasperated by her naive, foolish gaze. Seeing his expression, Leng Yueshuang bit her lip. This is all I have. If I survive, I'll definitely come back to repay your kindness. Lin Luo-chen nodded, storing the items in the storage pouch she had given him. Leng Yueshuang quickly added, "This place is dangerous. You should leave as soon as possible." Lin Luo-chen glanced at her and replied indifferently, "Remember what you promised. Don't die." With that, he stood up and strode out without hesitation, leaving Leng Yueshuang dumbfounded. "So you really were just after my treasures? And here I thought you were secretly kind-hearted, protecting me despite your cold demeanor." At this moment, Leng Yueshuang realized romantic tales were all lies. Still, watching him leave, a weight lifted from her chest. Even if his attitude was terrible, he did save me twice. I don't want to drag him into danger. But before she could relax, her expression suddenly changed. She turned sharply toward the cave entrance. Meanwhile, Lin Luo-chen stepped out of the cave, concealed the entrance, and swiftly departed. After the suffering of his past life, he had no interest in playing the hero. After all, he was only a first-level qi refining practitioner, while the approaching demoness Luo Yaro was at the soul projection realm. Cultivation realms were divided into qi refining, foundation establishment, golden core, nascent soul, soul projection, unity, void comprehension, great ascension, and tribulation crossing. Each major realm was an insurmountable gap. Even Leng Yueshuang, at the peak of the nascent soul realm, was no match for Luo Yaro. How could he, a measly qi refining cultivator, possibly fight her? Thanks to his help, Leng Yueshuang had regained her cultivation early and could protect herself. His job was done. Just as he thought this, he looked up and his scalp instantly went numb. A streak of purple light shot across the sky before hovering above the mountains. The woman wore a scandalously revealing purple dress that barely covered her vital areas, her ample bosom threatening to spill out at any moment. Her gaze swept across the terrain, as if searching for something. Lin Luo Chen ducked behind a tree, his heart pounding. Why is she here so early? This was none other than the Miaoyin sect's demoness, Luo Yaro Yaro. In his past life, she hadn't arrived until Shu hour, 7 to 9 p.m. But now, it was barely Yu hour, 5 to 7 p.m., just after sunset. Leng Yueshuang recovers early, and now you show up early too? How is this fair? Did you install a tracking device on her or something? Sweat dripped down Lin Luochen's back as he desperately tried to suppress his aura. In his past life, he had been driven away by Leng Yueshuang at Shu hour, only to run into Luo Yaro Yaro on his way out. She had used a pupil technique to control him, forcing him to lead her to Leng Yueshuang's hiding spot. Defeated, Leng Yueshuang had used a teleportation talisman to escape with him, only to end up in the Broken Moon Demon Gorge. After days of evasion, Luo Yaro Yaro had finally caught up, trapping them with her drunken passion smoke. What followed was their ill-fated night of passion. Just when all seemed lost, a blood moon had triggered a beast tide, buying Leng Yueshuang enough time to break through to the soul projection realm and turn the tables. Lin Luo Chen had thought that leaving early this time would spare him the ordeal. But of course, Luo Yaro Yaro had to ruin everything by arriving ahead of schedule. He had no idea why things had changed, but he could only pray she wouldn't spot him. Fate, however, had other plans. A strange sensation brushed over him, as if something had scanned his body. The next second, whoosh! A flash of purple light descended, and Luo Yaro Yaro materialized right in front of him. Lin Luo Chen pretended to be terrified, stammering, "Are you a person or a mountain spirit?" Luo Yaro Yaro swayed closer, pressing her voluptuous body against him, her breath warm against his ear. "Sister is a celestial maiden from the heavens, here to ask you a question, little brother Tilda." Playing the role of a lust-struck fool, Lin Luo Chen let his gaze wander shamelessly. "See, celestial maiden, please ask." Purple light flickered in Luo Yaroiro's eyes as she smiled. "Have you seen a woman in white palace robes?" Lin Luochen's mind buzzed, a sudden urge to obey her overwhelming him. But just as he was about to blurt out the truth, shake! The lotus bud in his consciousness trembled violently, snapping him back to clarity. Regaining his senses, Lin Luo Chen feigned a dazed expression. "What woman? I don't know. Luo Yaro frowned but pressed on. Then why are you here, little brother? I'm a hunter. Just finished for the day and heading home. Her gaze fell on his mask. With a playful smirk, she reached up and yanked it off. Why hide such a pretty face? Her words died in her throat as she stared, mesmerized. Before her stood a man with sharp brows, piercing eyes, and a strikingly handsome face. His tall, muscular frame exuded raw masculinity. To think such a peerless beauty was hiding in these backwoods. How delightful, Tilda. Lin Luo Chen stood frozen, unsure how to react. He didn't know if he was that good-looking, but he had received numerous marriage proposals from wealthy women in the city. The alluring widow of the Zhao family had even offered her entire fortune just to keep him by her side. During his time in the Jade Maiden sect, he'd also used his looks to seduce several female disciples into helping him escape. But he never expected his face would land him in trouble like this. Luo Yaroiro's eyes darkened with desire as she traced a finger down his cheek, licking her lips. And still a virgin too. What a rare delicacy. I can't let this opportunity slip away, Tilda. She shrugged off her outer robe, revealing even more of her scandalous figure before pressing against him, her hand sliding down his chest. Are Tilda such a youthful, sturdy body, intoxicating? Despite his 2 lifetimes of experience, Lin Luo Chen had never encountered such brazen advances. He barely stopped himself from recoiling. Oh no, I've run into a female pervert. In broad daylight, in the middle of nowhere, she's actually going to force herself on me. Where's the shame? The decency? When Luo Yaro noticed his lack of response, she pulled back slightly, puzzled. Lin Luochen's fists clenched at her shamelessness. If I can't fight back, then I'll just have to face the tiger in its den. But just as he steeled himself, giggled Tilda. Luo Yaro pushed him onto the ground, straddling him with a regretful sigh. Such a fine man. If I didn't have to catch that little girl, sister would take her time with you. But don't worry, to die beneath the peony is to be a ghost among the romantic. I'll make sure it doesn't hurt much, Tilda. Lin Luo Chen, who had been mentally preparing for the worst, froze. Wait, what kind of tiger's den is this? She's planning to drain me dry.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you like this story, please like, subscribe, and comment to motivate me to continue.